home buyers are suffering from a fatigue most builders haven't even noticed because architecturally speaking, everything looks the same. Westin Homes in Artavia and Conroe, they saw it and they cracked the code. I'm Dawan Taylor, Houston Real Estate Curated for you. Now let me show you this house. When I first saw this home, I lost my mind. And the main reason why is because I thought, finally, something that looks architecturally different than what we're used to seeing in Houston, but I have to say, in Texas in general. You don't really see this style of architecture in Texas. I would have to say you may find this in Austin, but definitely not in Houston. Now, this architectural style is what I would describe as a modern transitional ranch. But ironically enough, this is also known as a contemporary California ranch, which we're gonna put a pin in that because that's something that I'm gonna share with you just shortly. When I was looking at this house, I thought to myself, geez, this actually does look like a home that you would see in California. So I'm not surprised that it's also known as the contemporary Cali ranch. Now, one of the things that I love about this architectural style is some of the elements are, you have your low and long horizontal massings, the minimal overhangs that you see right here above the window, wood accents, which I really appreciate. You don't see that that often. And I'll also have to say that the difference of elements that you see. Typically with homes, you probably see maybe about 2 elements, so maybe stone and siding. With this home, there's stone, there's wood accents, there's metal accents, there's stucco. They really gave us a mix of elements and I really appreciate that. And finally, with the still and the courtyard entrance is something that is known for this type of transitional modern home, but we're gonna get into that shortly. Before we go in, I wanted to just bring to your attention this modern still double entry doors, okay? And so with this home, it doesn't necessarily have the courtyard entrance that you would typically see in a modern transitional ranch, but it has an entrance that is adjacent to the courtyard entrance. Now, this isn't necessarily this isn't a courtyard through these double doors that leads to the patio in your backyard. But what I love about this entryway is the symmetry that you see. You have the double doors here as you enter, and then straight across from you are another set of double doors in this foyer. And then talking more about the symmetry in this space, there is an opening that leads directly to one side of the corridor of the home, and then this opening leads to your common area where I'm gonna go now. So I'm currently standing in the living room, and once again, these very grand glass sliding doors. I'm sure these are about 10 feet tall, and I want to show you what the living room looks like from this direction. Straight ahead, as you can see, is your kitchen, and then we go further to the left, that is the dining room in this home. Now, what I appreciate about this home, the floor plan, the architecture, or the very large windows. I like to call these picture frame windows because the size of them make me think of a picture frame, and they just let so much natural light pour into the home. And then one element that I love about the floor plan is the spaces are separated, but they are also connected and flow with each other. And when I've been having discussions with interior designers and clients lately that have been looking, I think we're moving back to a space or a time where people are not necessarily wanting fully open concept. They're wanting the spaces to flow with one another, but they're also wanting a sense of separation. So we're in the kitchen, and as you can see, there's this massive island right here in front of me. The countertops are quartz countertops, very subtle color in the veining in the veins in the countertops, which I really appreciate. Now, these cabinets, I absolutely love the color. I am noticing more builders are installing these color cabinets in their homes, and I'm very, very, very satisfied. They're so versatile and neutral, and you can really pair so many colors with these cabinets. All right. Now, going back to that symmetry element that's present in this home, this isn't the pantry in the home, but I do like that, I'm gonna call it a pantry. I like that both of these are on each side of the stove and the vent hood. And now that we're actually talking about it, look at this vent hood. It's not your typical just basic vent hood, right? There's so much that you could do with this vent hood. When I'm talking with clients, I always like to help them visualize how they can elevate their space. And so personally, I would paint this maybe a mauve or a blue. I know you're probably going mauve. That's my favorite color right now. But specifically, I would do a lime wash paint finish to add some texture. And I think that would really make the vent hood here pop. And then another just design element that I appreciate are, let me move back so you can see, but the two light sconces here on the side of the vent hood. And then there's also the two chandeliers above the island. Now, I'm personally not a fan of these light fixtures, but another thing that I always like to just bring to a buyer's awareness or my clients when I'm working them is, if you like a home, when we're talking about looking for a home, if you find a home and the location that you want it to be in. So we're talking specific city and neighborhood within the city. That's really important. And then from there, then we find a great placement of the home within that community or neighborhood. That's also really important. And then the next thing is finding a floor plan that you absolutely love. And I say this because you can't change the first three things. You can't change the location, you can't change the city, the neighborhood, you can't change the placement of a home in the neighborhood. You cannot change the floor plan, but what you can change are the finishes. And so purchasing a home gives you the opportunity to curate the space and add your touch, who you are, when you get to design the home. So now we're in the pantry, and I would say this is a pretty reasonably sized pantry for the size of the kitchen, and the cabinets in the home are, well, I think they're soft close cabinets. They are not soft close cabinets. In this kitchen, there is a 5-burner gas range, Whirlpool, microwave and stove are Whirlpool, and then there is a dishwasher as well, and an undermount sink. So very farmhouse vibes here as well. Now I'm gonna go this direction down this hallway so that we can see what we have. What's down this hallway, I should say. So there's a closet here right off of the kitchen, which is nice for extra storage. And then here through this door is the laundry room, which is definitely reasonably sized. Your dryer will go there, washing machine right next to it, then the clothing rod for the clothes. Now with this space here directly in front of me, you can add a custom built table so that you can fold the clothing here in the laundry room. I would have loved to see more storage here in the laundry room. Some more cabinets, or some cabinets I should say, would have been great for this space. straight ahead through this. It's one of the first secondary bedrooms here in the house. Reasonably sized, large windows again, letting in a lot of light, and the closet in the room. So they are maximizing the use and the storage space. There's 2 clothing rods there directly in front, and then 1 to the right. Very tall ceilings, so I would have very tall ceilings. I'm sure these are 12-foot ceilings here in the room. Now this secondary bedroom does have an ensuite bathroom. And in this bathroom, there is just a shower. So back through the hallway, there's a mudroom space. And this is directly off of the garage, which I will show you shortly. And then through here is a coat closet, so very functional as well. You come home, you take off your shoes in your mudroom, you take off your coats, put them in your coat closet. And now for the garage. And there's windows in the garage. There's so many windows in this home. I really appreciate it. When you think about Cali, you think sunny, right? Vacation. So that aligns with the architecture here in this home with these large windows letting in so much sun, kind of that essence of the lifestyle in California here. This is a 3-car garage. So 1 car will go here, straight ahead, and then this second door towards the left is where 2 cars can pull in. Automatic garage door openers for each door. And this home does come equipped with an irrigation system. So it is Wi-Fi enabled or capable so that you can control from an app if you like, and then as well as a tankless water heater. Let's go back inside the house and see what other spaces they have in this home. Back in this marvelous kitchen. This is a great kitchen to host. And I don't know if I said anything earlier, but there's also storage here under the island. So for all of those appliances that you don't use, or holiday cookware, dishware, those can all be stored there. Now we're in the second corridor of this home, and looks like we have a linen closet here. Powder bathroom. I really like this vanity. Quartz counters. The hardware that they pick up for the faucet is really nice. Once again, another window letting in light. Very high ceilings here throughout the entire home. Another large window pouring in light into the home. Very nice. And now this is the office. So French double doors. And look, just the windows. I absolutely love the windows in this house. Just a personal note about me really quick is I love natural light. I have to have a home that has natural light. If I don't have it, I'm not gonna be able to live there. I thrive off of having light. It's just something about it. Like, I wanna wake up in the morning, I wanna be greeted by the sun. I want all of that light to pour into my home. It is so depressing and just it's not motivating to have any light in your home. So that was the office I just walked out of. And now I want to show you this next room I'm going into. But before I do, there are French double doors straight ahead. And I'm sure you can already see there are windows to my right. There are windows straight ahead. I am happy. I feel so good being in this house. And I can definitely see why this product line has been very popular for Westin Homes. So it looks like I'm currently standing in, I would consider maybe a media room, flex room if you'd like to. There's a dry bar here with looks like a bottle rack down below. So great option for you to host some guests here if you'd like maybe a smaller, more intimate gathering. Right in comparison, if you have, hosting a larger gathering where you would need to utilize your common area space, so the kitchen, dining room, and living room. But I just want to show you all these windows again. Look at all of these windows. I'm so excited and just feel so happy being in this house. So I love it. I absolutely love it. I literally can see why, I know I just said this, but I can see why Westin Homes is doing so well with this product line. I just want to show you the living room again. There is an electric fireplace straight ahead. Look at these glass sliding doors one more time. Very high ceilings. Window again in the front of the home. This is your dining room. And then back into the foyer with these modern steel double doors. This leads to the patio, to the backyard. This is your front door. There's the landscaping, the driveway, and now on to the other corridor in this home. Go peek through here and see what we have. This is a bedroom here, so another secondary bedroom. So far we've looked at, I've shown you 2 bedrooms in this home, along with an office and another entertainment room is what I'm gonna call it. Closet in this room, maximizing the space. So 2 clothing rods, as you can see. Smaller window here in the front of the home, but I appreciate it. And then another window here as well. This is still a very decently sized secondary bedroom. And then through here is the vanity. And it looks like we have, or there's a Hollywood bath set up in here. I like a Hollywood bath. I don't know, it's something about, once again, that separation from the space, but still the openness to it, just connecting you to your room makes it feel bigger and cozier at the same time. I'm probably not making sense, but I like a Hollywood bathroom. And so, bathtub and toilet, leading you into the other bedroom. So the vanity is straight ahead. Hello. And the closet. So maximizing the space as best as they can. And now into the 3rd secondary bedroom in this home. So I'm gonna stand back here so that I can show you the window, more light. And now I'm back in the hallway. So just to show for reference, foyer, 1st secondary bedroom on this side of the home. I come out of this secondary bedroom in this hallway. I like this long hallway along with the windows. I would totally do a wall art gallery here. And then there's the light to the left. So all the light is coming in as you walk down this hallway. And I'm sure this is the primary suite that I'm in. So to my right, yes, primary ensuite bathroom, which is really nice. Soaking tub, that's a soaking tub. I can soak in that tub. And 2 vanities, they are separate. So first vanity is here with the space for you to pull up and handle your business in the morning. And the second vanity here to the right. And here's your shower. I like this shower because you can step down in it. I like showers that you can step down in. It just feels really cozy to me. And you have to be careful. Remember, there's a step down. And I like the selection of tile. So for me, the glossy finish tile, I really like right now. And that's definitely in what I like to see that tile selection in the houses. You can see right here as well. I'm taking it all the way across. else on this wall. I guess that's essentially like a backsplash behind the soaking tub right here. That's neat. And now we're in the closets. So built in right here, and closet, one closet. There are two closets in this space. Would have been nice to have, I think the built-ins could have gone all the way across. There's more than enough square footage for someone to fit in the second closet. Same thing here. Would have been nice to optimize the space, maximize the space that you're given in this primary closet. But overall, very, very nice home. So identical, they look exactly the same on both sides. The only thing is, yeah, you don't have the built-in on this side. So they're probably considering this closet as her closet and his closet. If that's how you live, I would have definitely added built-ins in both sides of the closets. And this is just simply the water closet. Just where your toilet is. Not much to see there. And on to the actual primary bedroom where you have your bed. This is very large, so you can definitely fit a queen. No, king size bed here. Very high ceilings, tray ceiling here in the primary bedroom. Those picture frame windows that I was talking about earlier are here, along with windows, the smaller windows above the top. I would love waking up in this bedroom, right? Just think your automated shades, you're opening them in the morning as you wake up, letting all that light in the bedroom. I love it. I love it. So I want to go outside now to see the patio and the backyard space for this home. I'm gonna go through the double doors here first, and then I can go in or come back in through the glass sliding doors. All right, so it's a covered patio, as you can see, very reasonably sized. It's more than enough room to add an outdoor kitchen down the line if you like. You can add an outdoor kitchen there. And you can possibly add one here in this direction. Great size, great lot size, especially for this size home and product line that Westin Home has built. It's very big. Now this is somewhat of an odd shaped lot because it's on a cul-de-sac. So that typically happens with cul-de-sacs, but there is still a lot of square footage to work with in this backyard. So we have all of this space here on the side of the home. And then obviously this is all of the space directly off of the patio. And then the same is here from on the other side of the home. Okay. So I'm gonna go back inside through the glass sliding doors, and I wanna talk to you about some details about this home, specific information that you may have been thinking about. I wanna talk about the product specifically, this project that Westin Homes has decided to work on. I am struggling to close the door because they are heavy, as you would imagine. These also look like they are 10-foot glass sliding doors, so I'm sure you know how heavy those may be. So let's talk about this house. Okay, so as I've said it throughout the video, this is a Westin Home product in Artavia. It's a master plan community in Conroe. Now, the essence of Artavia is art. When the developers were developing this community, they wanted a neighborhood where the homeowners can come home and appreciate the beauty of art. So throughout this community, what you'll find is that it is artscape. And what that means is there are art installations throughout this neighborhood, which I think are really neat. Another great thing about Artavia is it has the feel of the Woodlands. So when you're entering, there are a lot of pine trees and other different oak trees, things of that sort. It feels, if you've been to the Woodlands and if you haven't, I would say if you've been to the Woodlands, then that is also just another essence of this neighborhood. Now, because it is Artavia, and so it has art in the name of the community, the section of the community that this home is in the art collection. Aria is the developer, and what they did is they only invited a specific builders within this neighborhood to build in the art collection. Now, what I love specifically about this product that Westin Homes has created here in the art collection is it has not been done before with Westin Homes, and you cannot find this product anywhere else in the state of Texas. For this project, they created 8 new floor plans, and they were given 25 lots in this current section of the art collection. They have sold every single home except for 2, all in under a year. Every other builder that is building in this section is still selling and building. Westin has built all of their homes, and they have sold all except for 2. That's very important when we are discussing, as I shared earlier, the fatigue of home buyers due to everything looking architecturally the same, right? I'm always very appreciative of builders who do their homework, right? They take the time to do their research, they do their homework. It's kind of like when you go to school. If you do your homework, you study, you'll see the results that you want, which is passing the class. And Westin Homes, this is exactly what they did here. And the results show. It's a testament for them. It speaks to themselves because they've sold all of their homes except for 2. Now, to talk specifically about this home, this is their Sonoma floor plan, which I also find very ironic. I was having a discussion about the architectural style of this home, and I shared with you that it's a contemporary California ranch style home. There's also another architectural style in California, I believe it's wine country ranch, and that can be found in Sonoma in California. So look, it's obviously Westin Homes has done their research because this is their Sonoma floor plan. This specific home, it has an A3 elevation. It's 3,674 square feet. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, as we saw. Now, the way how it works with Westin is they will give an incentive up front based on the home. So this specific home has an $80,000 incentive, $80,656 incentive. You can use the incentive any way you like, right? You can put it towards the price of the home. You can put a portion towards your closing costs. You can put a portion towards buying down the interest rate. Now, if you put the entire incentive towards the price of the home, and by default, that is what Westin Homes does with their incentive, then the home will be reduced to $739,675 is what they have it listed. But as I said, you can divide that incentive up any way you'd like. Now, to talk a little bit about Artavia and the community, the HOA here is $1,395 annually. The tax rate here is 2.9%. They still have about 10 more years to go in building in this neighborhood, so it's definitely an opportunity for you to establish some equity in this community. As far as amenities go, they have the Dapple Park, which is the heart of the neighborhood or of the community currently. Adjacent to the Dapple Park is the amenity center, and adjacent to that is the boardwalk where you can go canoeing, paddle boarding on their 5-acre lake. There's also an amenity center, there's a fitness center, there's a cafe, there's a playground and a splash pad. They are currently in the process of developing another community center, so that is great. And the home and the schools are in Conroe ISD. Now, when we're talking about convenience and the proximity to freeways, I will say that Artavia is very conveniently placed. You are right in between Interstate 59, Interstate 45, and Grand Parkway 99 is just a little south of this neighborhood. So you have access to 3 major highways here in the greater Houston area. You're also about 20 minutes away from the Woodlands. So you get that close proximity to the Woodlands, I will say without the Woodlands price tag, because I was also very astonished when I saw the price of this home. It's very competitively priced in my opinion, and once again, it just goes to show that buyers will truly pay for something that they feel is worth the investment, number one. And I also think that they were competitively priced as well because they've sold all of their homes. So 20 minutes away from the Woodlands, I got sidetracked there. So the Woodlands Town Square, Market Street, you have the Woodlands Medical Center, so there's Methodist, Memorial Hermann, all of those are there if you work in healthcare. And so one thing I wanted to share that I forgot to mention is this collection does come with an outbuilding or outhouse option. Now, this specific home that I showed does not have the outhouse or outbuilding. So I am gonna go over to the model home to show you what a home with an outhouse or outbuilding would look like and show you the outhouse just so you can get an idea. And then I'll show you some amenities. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what a home would look like if the buyer opted in for an outbuilding or out home option. The home that I'm gonna show you is not the same floor plan as the home that I walked through, but I just want you to get an idea of what the space will look like. Now, the model home across the street is the same floor plan, so I'll show you the placement of the outhouse in relation to the main home, just so you can get an idea of what it would look like, okay? But without further ado, let's have a look at this outhouse. So this is what it looks like from the outside. Same very contemporary look on the exterior. The outhouse, it does have the steel double doors, which I really like. Now the inside doesn't have drywall. The builder is leaving it like this just so that the buyer, homeowner, has the option to do with this space what they'd like to do. You can use it as a workshop if you like. It does have electrical, so there is a light fixture there. There are plugs throughout the space. So you can sheetrock it, you can make it an office. This can also be a guest suite, guest bedroom. I think that could be really cool. It doesn't have AC or central air, but you can add a mini split unit to this space. It definitely can cool and heat the square footage of the outbuilding. All right, so now I am going to go across the street so I can show you what the placement of the outbuilding or outhouse will look like in relation to the home with the same floor plan as the one that I walked through. I just really love the entire feel of this neighborhood. I don't feel like I'm in Houston. I definitely feel like I'm in Cali. All right, so let's show you the model home, what this looks like. All right, so if you remember, this looks exactly like the house that I walked through. So if you remember, the home that I showed you has a 3-car garage. This one just has a 2-car garage. And then this is where the outbuilding would be. Now with this home, they made the outbuilding a 3rd garage space. But if you don't want it to be a 3rd garage space and you want it to be an actual out home, then that's how it will be there. So now I'm gonna take you all to see a couple of the amenities here in Artavia. Okay, so I made it to the amenity area here in the community. Behind me is the splash pad and the playground. So I'll show you that just from here. So you can't really see it that close, but to my right is the fitness center, and to my left is the amenity center. And the star of the show is the 5-acre lake that I'm going to walk to so that you can get a closer look. They also have a cafe here. So this is the cafe here in the community. I forgot to mention that this neighborhood qualifies for 100% financing with no PMI. So what that means is you can have a down payment of $0 since there is 100% financing, no PMI, meaning no private mortgage insurance. Typically with loan products, when you are doing a down payment of 20% or less, there's gonna be a form of mortgage insurance, but not with this program. So if you are unfamiliar with this loan program, give me a call. I'm happy to chat with you and share some more details. I do offer this program exclusively for my clients or my preferred lender. So after we have a discussion about the loan program, more than happy to connect you with my lender. So this is the boardwalk right off of the cafe. You can see the sign there. And they have paddle boards here, which are really nice. Walking trails. They are currently in the process of building another community center and as well as pickleball courts. I know how popular that is for a lot of people right now, but it's really peaceful. It's about afternoon, early evening here in the neighborhood. I'm seeing the residents walk through the trails. There's children at the splash pad and playground just enjoying their summer. And I know that there are people that will be using the paddle boards as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and following along with me here in Artavia today, specifically with Westin Homes. If you did enjoy this video, I would love for you to like it and subscribe to my channel. And if you all have any questions about Westin Homes, art collection product here in Artavia and Conroe, or any questions about this specific neighborhood, please call me. I always love to hear from you all. And until next time, bye.